have now completed a walk of nearly 2 kilometers from the time you entered the portals of this palace from Badi Paul until you have come back to this huge courtyard with lovely lawns and fountains and palki khana restaurant and the shopping arcade. The path on the south through the Red Gate leads to THR Royal Residence Shambhu Niwas Palace and the two grand heritage hotels of HRH Group, Shiv Niwas Palace and Fateh Prakash Palace. The latter also houses the Durbar Hall and the world-famous Crystal Gallery by Maharaja Sajjan Singh. Jag Mandir is a palace built on an island in the Lake Pichola. It is also called the Lake Garden Palace. The palace is located in Udaipur city in the Indian state of Rajasthan. Its construction is credited to three Maharanas of the Sisodia Rajputs of Mewar kingdom. The construction of the palace was started in 1551 by Maharana Amar Singh, continued by Maharana Karan Singh 1620-1628, and finally completed by Maharana Jagat Singh I 1628-1652. It is named as Jagat Mandir in honor of the last named Maharana Jagat Singh. The royal family used the palace as a summer resort and pleasure palace for holding parties. The palace served as a refuge to asylum seekers for one occasion. Jag Mandir is situated in one of the two natural islands in the Pichola lake named after the village Picholi nearby on its southern end. The lake was initially created in the 15th century by a local Banjara tribal chieftain for carrying grain across the streams. During the reign of Maharana Udai Singh II, in 1560, the lake was substantially enlarged by constructing dams across two streams. At that time, the Maharana also built the Jag Mandir and the Lake Palace, Jag Niwas Hotel, on islands in the midst of the lake. Udaipur city with its city palace and other monuments and temples were built on the periphery of the lake. Jag Mandir as the main palace, which incorporates the Gul Mahal. The towers of the palace at the corners are octagonal in shape and are topped with cupolas. A labyrinth of reception halls, residential suites, and internal courts were built inside the palace, all in Rajput and Mughal architectural styles. The Zenana residence of royal ladies' chambers adjoins the palace. The Kunwar Pada Mahal, the palace of the crown prince, is located at the western end. The flower garden in the palace complex is set up in the large garden courtyard. It has yew bushes, jasmine, frangipani trees, bougainvillea, palm trees, nasturtiums, verbena and moss rose. The courtyard itself is covered with black and white tiles. Fountains and water pools, crisscrossed by walkways with low marble handrails, bedeck the garden surroundings. The present Maharana hosts lavish parties here and also rents the place for private parties.